If you're a winger and your highlights look like this, then you're doing something wrong. Wingers aren't meant to be background players. They're meant to be the star of the team, the ones that make people stand up when you get the ball. But if all you do is recycle possession, you're basically playing like a fullback stuck higher up the pitch. So in this video, we're going to go through the mistakes that kill your impact as a winger and how to fix them before they become habits. The number one mistake I see from wingers is the classic passing backwards. And yeah, I know what you're thinking, but even pros do this. Yes, they do, but here's the truth. Pros do it from a position of power. You do it because you're scared. There's a massive difference. A pro winger, when he passes back, it's because he already scanned the pitch, he already tested the defender, and he knows the game is going to open up if he recycles the ball. You, on the other hand, pass back because you froze, because you didn't trust yourself to take the man on, because your instincts are trained to play safe, not to play free. It's like when you try something for the first time. Could be speaking in front of people, approaching a girl, or dribbling past a defender. Your brain screams, "No, too risky." And if you always listen to that voice, if you always repeat the safe action, you'll never find out what you're truly capable of. Passing back constantly is basically telling the world and every scout watching that you don't want the responsibility of making something happen. And scouts notice that. A winger that always plays safe is invisible. Think about it. Would you rather be the player who loses the ball trying to create something, or the player who never tries and goes unnoticed? Yamal, for example, loses the ball plenty of times every match, but nobody cares because when he does that good play, it changes the entire game. If you keep passing backwards, you'll never discover that level in yourself. It's a red flag for scouts, it's a red flag for coaches, and worst of all, it's a red flag for your own confidence. So the next time you receive the ball, instead of panicking and looking for the easy out, challenge yourself. Push the defender, try the dribble, make the run inside. Even if you fail, you're training your instincts to trust risk over fear. That's how you stop being a safe player and start being a dangerous winger. The second mistake I see wingers making all the time is how you position your body when you receive it. And trust me, this is huge. Most of you are killing your entire play before you even touch the ball, just because of how you stand. How many times have you received the ball with your back completely turned to the defender, stuck on the line, with no vision of what's around you? You trap yourself. You either end up passing backwards again, or panicking because the defender's already on top of you. This all comes down to body positioning. Football is a game of angles, and your body is what creates those angles. If you receive the ball flat, facing only your own goal, you see nothing. Your first touch is already committed backwards before you even thought about it. Of course, if you have a good touch, you could get out of it in other ways, but still. The pros never stand like that. They're always half turned, body open, hips pointing diagonally, because that way they can see both the defender and the space behind him at the same time. So how should you do it? If the ball is coming from the center, your body should be angled so you can see the fullback pressing you and the space down the line. If the ball is coming from the back, you should angle yourself to see both the center of the pitch and the wing. Always think, how can I open up my vision so I'm not limited to one direction? That's what scanning actually means. So stop killing your plays before they even start. Fix your body shape, scan properly, and give yourself the freedom to play forward instead of being stuck. The third mistake wingers make is pre-planning their moves. And I know exactly why you do it. You're standing on the line, you already decided in your head, okay, I'll do a step over, then cut inside. But football doesn't work like that. The moment you decide your move before the defender even steps, you're already dead. Because defenders read predictable players. Now let's talk about instincts. Everybody says, trust your instincts. But listen to this thing. Not all instincts are good. If your instincts come from years of playing scared, passing backwards and avoiding 1v1s, then your instincts will keep you stuck. That's why you need to retrain them. Think of instincts like software. If it's outdated, it will keep running the same slow, predictable commands. you need to update it. Your instincts could have helped you in the past, but now you need the update. So, how do you train that? First, small-sided games. 3v3, 4v4, futsal. Because in those environments, you don't have time to think, spaces are tight, and your brain is forced to adapt. The more you play these, the sharper your instincts become. Second, shadow dribbling. Get the ball and just imagine defenders closing you down. React with creativity and let your body decide the move. That's how you start trusting your instincts in the right way. But what if we can combine instincts with something else even more powerful? Flow state. This is a mental state of complete absorption in an activity, and it's basically when you enjoy the game so much that you forget even your existence. It's not you versus others, it's like you've merged with it, moving as if you're plugged straight into nature's program. You can trigger flow when you find the balance between challenge and skill. If the game feels too easy, you get bored and you're out of rhythm. If the challenge feels too overwhelming, you become anxious. Flow lives in that sweet spot right in the middle. That's why small-sided games, futsal, or pickups are gold. They naturally create fast, unpredictable situations where you're pushed just hard enough to stay engaged. Now, the number 4 mistake goes out to all the lazy wingers who think defending isn't their job. Listen, if you want to actually make it as a winger, you can't just stand up top waiting for the ball to magically come to your feet. Zero defensive work rate is one of the biggest red flags for coaches and scouts. But let me be clear, having a defensive work rate doesn't mean you're sprinting up and down the pitch for 90 minutes until you're dead tired. That's not smart football. You need to understand when to track back. If your midfielders have pushed too high and left space behind them, that's your moment. If your fullback steps out of position, you need to cover. You don't have to run like a headless chicken. Just read the game and know the exact moments when your presence makes the difference. And here's the secret. Helping defensively doesn't only save your team, it also boosts your attack. Just imagine, if you win the ball back high, you're instantly in a position to punish the opponent with fewer defenders behind the ball. Even if you don't touch the ball, your pressure forces mistakes and suddenly your team is back on the attack. So don't think of defensive work rate as wasted energy. Think of it as an investment. You're proving to your coach, to scouts, and to your teammates that you're reliable, that you're not just there for the highlights, but for the hard work too. Be smart with it, conserve your energy, but when the time comes. Now, I could sit here and list 100 more mistakes wingers make, but the truth is, no matter how much I talk, you're still going to make them. Everybody does. Even the best in the world make mistakes every single game. The difference is they learn from them, they don't hide from them, and that's what you need to do. You become a better player by experiencing mistakes, by playing more, by putting yourself in those situations again and again until your instincts start to adapt. So don't just watch this and nod your head. Actually, go out there, play, make mistakes, and grow from them. That's how you separate yourself. Remember to join our Discord community and download our free ebooks. Hit the protocol and take action.